Something that did you touch on in the book and that you've spoken about elsewhere is that the Irish mythology, the women play a very important role as well. In fact, what the Brehon laws are the foundation of their legal system that makes them a little bit more equal. How so?
Well, Brehon laws were, and I'm not an expert in those specifically, but those laws were on the books long before I would say Christianity came into Ireland. The idea was that women and men were equal in everything, in marriage. In fact, they actually had a funny, kids, it probably won't be as much fun for kids to be interested in, but it's kind of funny. When you got married, a year later, on the day you were married, you could turn to your spouse and say, I divorce you, I divorce you, I divorce you, and you're done. And that's the end of the marriage. After you get a trial period for a year. And they had all kinds of laws about separating things. And, it was just a matriarchal society in that kind of way. The children of Danu was their chief goddess, I guess you would call it, their Zeus, so to speak. Although their gods and goddesses were a little bit different than, they were less related to, lightning and that kind of thing, and more related to harvests and nature things. Excuse me, but it was very matriarchal. And it's just the way it's different.
You say that three times, like we're summoning Beetlejuice, I divorce you, and then that's the end of the marriage. That sounds
the end of your marriage, 1 year, and maybe it's a year and a day. I think it's a year and a day after you get married. You make your decision, and if there are kids in the marriage, there's all kinds of. It's all written down on how you're supposed to divide and conquer. Yep.
Just thinking, long bad weekend that might slip out. Like, oh, you have a week to think about it. You calm down. Oh, never mind.
Yep.
Somewhere is a happy compromise between way too easy and way too difficult.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is, but that sounds a little close to the too easy.
Yeah. Although they were getting married a lot younger. So.
Oh, well, sure. What age are we talking?
I don't know. I mean, I have to imagine, I did a lot of studying about this great woman who was the pirate queen there. I don't know if you know Grace O'Malley. Do you know who Grace O'Malley is?
I've heard the name.
Okay. So Grace O'Malley was in charge of her clan. But when she was, I think she was married off, I want to say when she was 15 or 16 to her first husband. But her father was a pirate and a clan leader. And when she was I don't know how old she was, but when she was little, she wanted to go with her dad on the ship. And her mother said, no, your hair will get caught in the sails or whatever. So she went upstairs and she cut all her hair off, and she came back down. She's like, okay, I'm ready to go. And that sort of started her pirating days. And this was during, she grew up in the same time period as Queen Elizabeth, and they were both in power, so to speak, at the same time. And there was actually a famous meeting between the two of them when I think it was her son and her son-in-law were arrested by the British, which was happening a lot to the Irish then. So she sailed her armada over to Dover and blockaded the ships in. And she was a pretty incredible pirate, so to speak, but they call her the Pirate Queen, and she's a fascinating character.
Well, yeah, no, if you're going to be married off at 15, 16, I think a 3-word or three sentence divorce, that's more than
well. And I don't think she had a divorce. I think he ended up he got killed. I can't remember all of the stories. She had
Oh,
three
that works
husbands.
too. That's
She had three husbands, but look it up. She was really cool. She's a really cool character.
yeah, that sounds like the kind of thing where you just hop on a boat and sail away, and as you're going over the coast, just yell, "I divorce you! I divorce you! I divorce you!
There
Goodbye!"
you go. Exactly.